Welcome back to the Digital Innovation Playbook, value-added videos. In this chapter, we're going to talk about Chapter 2, and I want to provide a little bit more depth and hopefully some more value to this chapter. Now, digital innovation, in my opinion, can best be described as a sandbox. It's where people come together and play. Now, for some corporations, that simplistic and almost fun description is almost disturbing, but the fact of the matter is that that's the reality of it. That, first of all, we don't own the message anymore. And it's so hard for companies to get this. We do not own the message. We can no longer be the propaganda bullies. Our customers are talking, and they're talking about us. And if we do not behave ourselves and deliver exceptional solutions and products, then unfortunately, we don't get to win in the digitally connected world. That's the bottom line. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that if we're good at this, I mean really good at this, we can use the ether of the digital universe to be able to drive the development of world-class innovations and services. So the goal of this book overall is to really help you understand the variety of tools that are out there and to really maybe help you frame up the message of digital innovation. So if this is a sandbox, and I believe it is, then what are the various elements of this sandbox that determine success in deploying digital innovation in our business and practice? Well, I believe there are four basic components. Number one, play. Number two, listen. Number three, invent. And number four, deploy. All of these four components of the digital sandbox are extremely important to its success. Now, let's start with its most basic element, play. We have to be willing to truly participate in the digital sandbox. Dell Computer, for an example, developed a digital command center they call a social media listening post. And this listening post monitors 27,000 keywords in 11 different languages. And they have trained 5,000 of their very capable employees to be digital innovators. I think that's amazing for a large corporation to understand that they no longer own the message and that they have to listen to their communities and to monitor this naturally occurring wave of conversation in order to understand how to do great inventing. It's critical, and I think that's a great example. So, are you willing to play? Are you willing to allow employees to be engaged online? Are you willing to develop the necessary systems and processes to be able to connect digitally? Are you willing to listen in to what people are saying about you and make those observations actionable? Being able to play is critical, and unfortunately, in researching this book, most companies didn't really genuinely play. They still had a very authoritarian mentality, what I call a simplex, a one-way mentality about the internet. They thought developing a Twitter post and a LinkedIn profile that all of a sudden they're digital innovators. And really that stuff's not even that interesting. There's so much more to connecting to that community. And it has very little to do with Facebook and Twitter, frankly. The other thing you've got to do is you've got to listen. I believe that the centerpiece of all great innovators of all times and the most innovative companies in the world today aren't so much experts at their technological prowess, that is to create internal technologies. I think their genius is their ability to systematically tap into the collective intelligence of their customer communities, to understand the trajectory of their technology so they can create technologies that are relevant. We know that about 98% of technologies fail in the marketplace, and it wasn't because these weren't great ideas. The problem is that they weren't relevant to the customer, and that's what made them fail. So we need to play, we need to be really good at listening, and then we need to invent. And by that I mean we need to intelligently take our observations, apply those to a well-defined innovation platform, and quickly move those to reality. And then lastly, speed is king. We have to deploy quickly before the listening that we earned from our great innovation processes become irrelevant. So if you can learn how to live in the digital sandbox by deploying some of the tools that we talk about throughout the book, I believe that this could be one of the most important processes that you add to your business practice ever. Thanks again for listening in, and make sure and check out all of our videos to find out how you can apply the rules and lessons learned in the Digital Innovation Playbook.